What is going on, YouTube? So I wanted to come back with my part 6, I believe, to my NHL Hitz 2003 series. So I have gone into the playoffs now. You guys see I am actually at game 7. So basically how I got to this point was I simmed the first 4 games and ended up down 3-1 in the series, and then I played the last 2 games and won both of those. So now it is game 7. As you guys can see there, I'm doing pretty well statistics-wise. All my players leading in, my top 3 players leading in top 3 points. Happy Bullen doing alright, but that was just mainly because he got a shutout in the last 2 games. So, yeah, going with my normal starting lineup: Roenick, Yzerman, Bure, and Happy Bullen back in goal. And then I'm going to play just at the, or I played at the base, I believe, so the military base. And yeah, this is first round playoffs against the New Jersey Devils, and hoping to obviously advance to the second round, the Eastern Conference quarterfinals, and get that done soon as well, so I can maybe move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Obviously, with the main goal of winning the Stanley Cup. The Hurricanes actually did make the Cup Finals the year before this game, in the 2001-2002 season. So that was cool. Let's go through the starting lineups here. For the Devils, they've got Jerome Ginla, Peter Bondra, and they actually started Reed Lowe on defense. Big old goon. And then I believe they had Olaf Kolzig in goal. And then, as I just told you guys, Roenick, Yzerman, and Bure with Happy Bullen in goal for me. One thing that I have been saying that I would show you guys, if you haven't seen it so far in this game, was a goalie fight, and I actually do get that in this game. I'm not sure if it was at the end of the first or the second period, but I got one of the two as I get the face-off with Roenick there. I did win the last 2 games by a combined 20-0, 10-0 in each game, so not doing too shabby in the games that I've actually played. And like I said, trying to notch the advancing game in Game 7 and move on to the second round. I believe it is either against the Panthers or the Sabres. Obviously, it doesn't really matter too much. Actually, I don't know if I played any of the 2 teams so far. I don't think I have. That's one thing that I guess I would like to avoid, but I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. Just get a little bit more variety in. Trying to see if I can also notch 20 goals with Pavel Bure. I believe he has like 18 or something leading into this game, maybe 19. So already got my first fight. My first fight is normally with Jeremy Roenick, and it's got a tough one against their bruiser Reed Lowe. Obviously significant big bit bigger than Jeremy Roenick, and Jeremy Roenick's a pretty big dude as is. But able to get the quick lead on him, and then land the final knockout blow there to actually notch a fight win with Jeremy Roenick for the first time in a long time. And yeah, get something done, like I said, that will actually help them, since Reed Lowe's like in the ballpark of like a 60 to 63 overall. I do believe they throw in Eric Cole for him. I think their subs are like Eric Cole and Brad Stewart. They almost notch a goal there on Nikolai Happy Bullen coming out. Ginla trying to pick up the loose puck. Looking for a one-timer here, and it is stopped by Olaf Kolzig. He played a little bit better in this game than he had in previous games. Looking to try to take advantage of the 2-on-2 and get a goal here with a lot of open eyes. But it doesn't look... Nope, doesn't look like I'm going to. Good stop there by Kolzig. So, like I said, this was actually a pretty fun game, since I was actually able to get the goalie fight. Looking to bury the puck on the empty net there, not able to get it done. And I'm trying to remember who their other sub was for their fight. And I want to say it was Brad Stewart or something like that, and their backup goalies like John Graham. So they did get quite a bit into their backups this game, and do net the first goal there by Jeremy Roenick. About 2 minutes into the first period, so was scoreless for quite a while. but able to net my first goal there. Seeing if I can maybe extend my lead to 2. So actually, normally like to extend my lead to around 3 or 4, but still obviously a while away from that. Just to get a solid lead. Hobby Bullen's been on a good streak for a while now. I believe this is going on 5 straight games that I've played where there's been a shutout. Obviously, in the games before that, he let in goals. As I try to get a goal with Hobby Bullen there, but a good save by Kolzig. Trying to make sure Hobby Bullen can get back, and I do believe he does. But thought I'd try to get a goal there. And then looking at the open net while Kolzig is down, I do bury it with, I believe it was Roenick again. Giving us the 2-0 lead coming up on 30 seconds to go in the first period. I do believe the goalie fight was here at the end of the first period. Don't know how long it took. I think Eric Cole actually got a hit on me. Yeah, there it is. Gonna try for a little while to get the puck back to the goalie. But that is basically how you get a goalie fight done, is you just kind of skate around in circles around the net. Around the net's probably the best way to do it, just a couple times. And eventually the goalies will fight, as you can see here. I don't know why, but it just looks like Happy Bullen moves really quick. I guess he's got a really good toughness as a goalie or something. I don't know. But it does look like he's about to, land the knockout blow on Kolzig there. So I do win my first goalie fight. And obviously the goalies don't serve the penalties. I don't know if you've ever done a goalie fight before or not, but they do not. So looking at another 2-on-2 situation with about 5 seconds to go. Got team fire if I want it, but not really much of a point with how much time's left in the period. So at the end of the first period, I am taking in a 2-0 lead to the locker room. It's not a huge lead. I'm out shooting them 14-7. Looking to extend the lead in this game 7 to give myself a comfortable lead to move on to the second round. So 24 seconds left on the 2-on-2 heading into the second period. And I do notch my third goal of the game. I believe that is Pavel Bure. Nope, Steve Eisenman assisted by Pavel Bure. So another point for Pavel. I believe that brings him to 30 or 31 in the playoffs. Like I said, a league leading stat there. Trying to get another 2-on-2 goal. Hits the guy in the skate. I'm not able to bury one there. Close to, actually I do believe that Hobby Bullen took a big hit there. So do net the goal there on pretty much the open net. Do believe that was Bure's 20th, his 20th playoffs. So do net that figure before we move into the next round. Get 20 goals in the first round of the playoffs. So able to get another quick goal off the face-off there. So team fire really paying off right now, bringing us to the 5-0 lead. With 2 minutes 30 seconds left to go in the second period. So looks like we got a comfortable lead right now, and like I said, hoping to maintain that into the third period. Good save there by John Graham. About 2 minutes 10 seconds to go in the second. Getting a couple spin moves on. Trying to look for a one-timer, not really anything open. It felt like there was a lot of blocked shots in this game, just by the defenseman for the Devils, and not able to get a whole lot on goal. Like I said, scored 10 goals in each of the previous 2 games, so able to net another goal there to bring me to 6. So able to net quite a few at the beginning of the second with getting Bure the hat trick, his 3rd goal in a row and 3rd of the game. Bringing him to 22 in the playoffs. I want to see how many he has in the full season. Like I said, that'll be interesting to see. So I do actually believe in this series we locked up the 2nd seed, and gives us home ice advantage probably throughout much of the playoffs. Like I said, the series was pretty close. I simulated through the first 4 games, and 3 of them were won by the Devils, so I figured I'd go ahead and play the last 3 games, obviously, and try to win out and move into the next round. So good save there by John Graham, steadying down the pace after getting quite a few goals to bring it to a 6-0 lead. Like I said, so it looks like this point I'll be able to net as many goals as I have been the last few games. With under a minute to go in the second period. They do still have a Ginla in the game. I know that there's a third fight at some point. I believe it is a Ginla. Might be Eric Cole. It's either Ginla or Eric Cole against Yzerman. Yzerman's normally my second fight just because I haven't seen Bure get in a fight before. I don't know if it comes in the second or the third period, just because there were 2 fights so quickly. It normally occurs after a hit or something, so I guess we'll see. Not really able to bury anything here. John Graham stacking the pads quite a bit to make a lot of saves that way. I don't think this fight's going to happen in the second. Might happen in the third. Coming down with less than 5 seconds to go. Looks like I'm going to be carrying a 6-0 lead into the locker room at the end of the second. So a 4-goal second period, out shooting the Devils 37-11. Hobby Bullen still pitching the shutout. Rolling with the same lineup into the third with Yzerman, Roenick, Bure, and Hobby Bullen in goal. Able to win the opening faceoff in the third period. Getting close to team fire here. Trying to net my 7th goal of the game. And really put this game away and be able to focus on the second round of the playoffs. So looks like we're moving to team fire here. So 2 minutes 40 seconds left to go in the last game of this this round of the playoffs. Breakaway, not able to get much. Huge hit after that. Get him to do a little front flip. One-timer, no good there. So a lot of hard hitting though. Not able to bury that a little too much. Stick work by Bure. Trying to pick up the puck, getting the one-timer, again not able to bury it. Like I said, not a whole lot of luck this game with getting shots through, and a lot of them that did get through pretty weak. So honestly, for the amount of shots we got through so far, I think we're doing all right on the scoreboard. Minute 45 around that left to go in the third period. Like I said, looking to continue that. I believe it's around a 5-game shutout streak that would be continuing now. I guess 3 that have actually been filmed and commentated. Coming up on a minute 30 to go left in the third period. Able to get the one-timer and able to bury it with Jeremy Roenick, I believe, assisted by both Bure and Yzerman there. And showing a little glitch there where the players were invisible. With about a minute 20 left in the third period, got a 7-0 lead over the New Jersey Devils. Like I said, looking to lock up my 4th win of the playoffs here to win 3 straight to claim the first round victory. Trying to also net my 8th goal of the game, see if I can maybe reach double figures in goals for the 3rd straight game. So less than a minute to go here. Yzerman landed a nice hit. Bure getting the shot. It is blocked. Nice hit on Roenick. Getting the break out up the ice. Like I said, maybe trying to net another goal. Only got 1 so far here in the third period after a big 4-goal second period. Obviously a pretty big game by Hobby Bullen. Got in double-digit figures in saves, which is not something that we get a whole lot, or that I get a whole lot. Is more than 10 shots, so might help out his stats a little bit, which I believe he currently has a save percentage floating around 800 or 850. So that should be able to help out a pretty miserable save percentage. So coming up on the end of the game here, 5 seconds to go, looking like we're going to come away with a 7-0 victory to seal this win, and officially the final is 7-0 at the end of the third. Able to move on to the second round of the playoffs, eliminating the New Jersey Devils in 7 games. With, like I said, with a 3-game comeback, being down 3-1, able to notch this final victory at home. With the star of the game, and not just the star of the game, probably the star of the round, being Pavel Bure, notching over 35 points as well as over 20 goals in the first round. And big first round for Pavel Bure, seeing if he can hopefully continue that into the second round of the playoffs. And yeah, so like I said, out shooting them 53-14. So good game all around for the team, Hobby Bullen included. And yeah, if you guys see me actually do a lot of these trivia questions, then just don't pay attention to a lot of them. A lot of these I do know. A lot of them are just common hockey knowledge for hockey fans. But like I said, not really paying attention. So like I said, moving on to the second round, and I'm going to go down here and look at the playoff tree and see who are playing in the second round. Like I said, I think it was either going to be the Buffalo Sabres or the Florida Panthers. And we'll see here is Dallas, San Jose, and then Vancouver and Columbus in the western half. And then I am playing the Panthers in the second round. So yeah, like I said, I will put the links to all my other games so far in the description below. And yeah, like I said, if you're a little bit behind on the series, if you haven't seen my previous videos or you want to watch the fantasy draft video, go ahead and check that out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah.